Hello everybody, Red Scientist here, and today I want to explain to you about the things that are inside your devices. Everything that powers it, like computers, Xboxes, iPhones, iPads, all those things are run by electricity. Electricity, on a molecular level, it's just these tiny balls spinning around the nucleus at light speed. Those electrons actually move in these things called shells. Those shells actually hold the electrons in place. They're like a magnetic field, like the where the planets stay in. It's like an orbit, a little bit. And the first they have lots of shells. The first one has 2. The second one has 8. The third one also has 8. The fourth one has 16. The fifth one has 32, and so on. And it keeps going. An atom's goal is to get get at least one shell filled. Those are called your in the periodic table. If you go to the far right, you see this big old column. I forgot what it's called. Right, those are the atoms that are made actually with at least one filled shell. Well, you're probably asking yourself, why does the electricity run through the wire in that case? Well, that's a very good question if you ask that. And if you did ask that, I'm going to answer it. The answer to that question is because of an ionic bond. An ionic bond, you will learn this in physics. Um, if you're like in 6th grade or whatever, so I would be taking notes or something. The the ionic bond, the ionic bond actually is when one the atoms doesn't have a full shell. So one atom has like one less, like on the first shell it needs 2, but actually has 1. And another atom has another shell that has 3, but needs 2 to actually get at least one full shell. So what it will do is the one with an extra electron will go to the one that needs 1 to be a full shell. So both of them have 2 uh, 2 electrons, which is completing one shell. But there's a problem because in the nucleus of the atom, there's this thing called proton. Proton is the proton has to be the same amount as the electrons. But if you're trading and switching, it's not the same amount. So what happens? The proton is actually positively charged, and the electrons are negatively charged. So if you add 1, it actually becomes negative. The whole atom becomes negatively charged. And if you get 1, then if 1 is taken away, the whole thing becomes positively charged. And as you know, opposites attract, so they come together and they form a molecule. That's how batteries work, and that's how electricity flows through wires. In the next episode, though, we're actually going to be making something. We're going to make a simple circuit, so you're going to need go to your local Radio Shack or order a pack of batteries, double A batteries. There could be 4 of them, and you need a breadboard, a solderless breadboard. Make sure you get that. And you should get yourself an LED lighting emitting diode. It could be any size, any color. I would use low power, and I would also use and you should also buy some resistors. It could be 200 ohm resistor. Yeah, get a 200 ohm resistor. And that's it. So thank you again, and remember to always be a scientist.